Hi, everyone. This is Brandon. I was just waiting for Rand to come on. I don't see him on here yet, so I'm just going to give him a minute more. If not, oh, he's just coming on. Hang on.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you don't hear the noise in the background too loud. Mic check, Brandon.
Yep, you're good, Rand. I can hear you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone, or good mid-afternoon. Thank you for being on the call. We're going to continue with part 2 of the websites, or better known as stealth sites, or lead capture websites. Any and all of those that terminology all equals the same thing. So I'll turn it over to Brandon here for a minute. And thank you, the person in the chat that said, good morning, everyone. That was very nice of you. We appreciate that. And you want to go ahead and take over, Brandon?
Sure. Yep, no problem. This one's not going to be as long. We're just going to finish up the lead capture page tutorial. Last week I did cover a majority of it, but I just want to go over some of the additional details. Again, as always, I'll start out by letting you know if you missed any of our training or you want to get caught up, you go to the video library and then go to the Zoom meetings. And this will have all of your Zoom meetings that you can watch if you want to go watch them again, or if you missed any and you want to get caught up, this will be located there. Again, after this one's over, as always, it'll be uploaded into there. So we're going back into the lead capture pages, and to select them, you just go into the one. And I think the one we were working with last week was the luxury homes, but doesn't matter, they're all the same. So what we're going to do here is, again, the first thing I think we went through last week was all of these options, which are quite a bit of detail. So again, if you missed that, just get caught up on those. Today, we're going to go into the other menu options, the colors, the text, the forms, and the stats, and how to preview a site. This, again, is an on-page editor. This is not a live lead capture page. So you're just editing everything for the system. Again, I have to preface this, so we get this question a lot, even though I try to cover it every single time we do this. You do not need to do any of this. Our team has already set up all of your lead capture pages. This is just an instruction on our system capabilities to make sure that you understand everything. And for those that want to dabble in creating their own custom lead capture pages, you can do that as well. But again, I'm just going through the systems and the options and the details of the client creator system.
And the reason it's like that is we want you to have full control over every aspect of this system, so that if there's anything you want to change, it can be done with, normally speaking, 2 or 3 clicks of a mouse. We wanted to make this system easy to use. I know it may seem complicated and like it's just over your head right now for some of you, but it will make sense to you as you start to use it, believe me. Okay, go ahead, Brandon.
Yep, no problem. So again, we're going to go over to the colors, and there's different sections of the colors. So you have a background color. That's going to be the color. I'm just going to close this real quick. We have actually an image on this now. So you can see there's a background image on here. But if for any reason you did not want to use a background image, you can just have a single background color. And if you wanted to change that color, you would just click in here and change the background color. Currently, it's set to white, but you can see you'll be able to change it to any color you want. And I'll show you a little bit more of the colors in the body background color. So the body background color is going to be this section right in here, where the background is a little bit of a darker blue. So if we wanted to change that background color, we would click into here. That code right there is what's called a RGB code. It's just a color code, but you'll see here you have all of your colors here. You can slide this anywhere you want. If you want a green and you want to make it a little bit lighter, you can move that up here. So we're just picking the kind of color it is. If you want to go pink or red, whatever it may be, you can click in there, and then you can adjust the shading of the color right in there. And then once you're kind of happy with it, you can hit save. And you'll see that once you close it, it'll change the body background color. Again,
Wow, that's cool.
you can change that at any time. I'm actually going to put it back to what it was. And hit save just so it gets updated. So we have everything here. So that changes your body background. I mean, that's how easy it is to change the body background color. Same thing with the form text color. That's this text in here. You can change that. The submit button color text. This is that text. I'm sorry, I want to close this real quick. The submit button text color is the yes, I want this list. That's that text right there. So it's the color of that text. So again, I'll show you how to easily change that. If I wanted to change it to a red, I'm going to scroll that down so I can see it. Make it a nice bright red so we can just see the change. And you'll see it changes the text. Again, I'm going to go put it back to what it was. And normally what we do, I mean, to try and keep everything nice, is this color text is typically the same color as our body background, so it looks good. But again, if you wanted to stand out a little bit more, if you wanted a different text color, you can do that as well. I'm going to click on the submit button color. We're going to change that color. Again, just like everything else, I'll change that to a red, and you'll see that it'll change the background of the button to the red. And again, I'm going to put it back to what it originally was and hit update. So those are the colors you can customize. There's going to be other areas, and I'm going to show you how to customize the actual text of this, the header of the graphic. So that's in the text section. So now we're in the content of the lead capture page, how we're going to put the information in there. This one's broken out. This exclusive list of homes graphic, that's considered the header. And then we have the body of the message, which is going to be right here. And then this is going to be the form header because it's right above the form. And then we're going to have the form fields. And I'm going to show you how we easily change all of this to customize it to whatever it is. So we'll click on the text and you'll see the header text, subheader text, body text, and the thank you text. So the header text is going to be that exclusive list of homes in there. You'll see if we want to put an image in there, if you want to put text below it, let's say this is my text below. And if you want to put something in there, let's say we want to put that, we want to center it, we want to bold it, we want to change the color. You click right here for the text color. You can make that yellow as well. You'll see it put it in there, and then we'll hit save. And you'll see it'll refresh and you'll see this is my text. So pretty easy to add anything to this. Again, I'm going to go in and I'm going to go to the body text. You'll see that's got the luxury homes. That's the text in here. So let's say we wanted to work in California. Just putting something general. Go ahead, change it. It modifies the text in there. So you always have an ability to make changes. Now, what our team typically does is when we're working with different areas, different cities in your market area, we'll make changes to this, and that's what they'll change. They'll make graphic changes, they'll make image changes to make sure that the homes match the area. They'll do the text change to make sure that the city matches where they're working with. So this is what our team uses to customize these each time we're generating an ad or creating an ad, with a lead capture page attached to it. This is what they're doing in a sense. Same thing with the body text I covered. Thank you text. This is the text that the lead capture page sends them to. This is just basic information. Thank you for your interest in our exclusive homes list. Agent will reach out to you, yada, yada, yada. So it's a thank you message. This is the general one. You typically have a custom one with your real estate information on it after they engage. So what happens is where this thank you text comes into play, they obviously sign up on your lead capture page. Once they enter their information, they're taken to this. Previously, we discussed if we send them to another website, or if we're sending them to your own website, or if we're sending them to your social media page, they'll see this for a second, and then they'll automatically be taken over to that website. So again, this is just a transition text. This can be customized. This puts all of your information in there so that they have all of your real estate information and contact information as well. So that covers the text. The next section is the forms section. So again, the forms is a name, address, cell phone number, information there. So we can customize any of those. Click on forms, and that'll bring up the information. So you have the form header text, which is to get this exclusive list of homes. If you wanted to change that, just click on it. Let's say I didn't put a period on there, so I want to put a period on there. Hit save. You can do that. It'll automatically update the page. You'll see now it's got the period in there. If you want to change the text, you absolutely can do that as well. The form fields. Currently, we have name, address, and cell phone number. So let's say we wanted to add something else to that. You click on form fields, and you'll see these are what's already on there. If I want to add a field, I'm going to click on this button that says add field, brings up the information. So let's say we want to know how many beds they're looking for. So it says drag me to here. So I want to take this, drag it over here, and it adds that number of field. If I want this to be a required, which means I don't want them to be able to submit this form without this field being taken to being completed, we would just check this box and hit add form. Now you see the number of beds is automatically in there, and I'm just going to show you that it'll automatically populate in the system. Refreshes, you'll see number of beds is listed in there. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to actually change that. I'm going to make it not required. So I go into the forms fields again, and I'm going to go to this number of beds that we just added. I'm going to hit change. I'm going to take that required out. So it's not required. So that's how easy it is. Now you'll see that it says required no. You'll see this one's required. This one's required. Cell phone is optional on this one. If I wanted to make that required, I would hit change on that, hit required, and hit save. Now you see it's required. So they will not be able to submit this form until all three of these are entered into the system. Typically, when our people support sets these up, these three are required, these top three. We want to make sure that they're getting all of this information in the system to give you the most lead information. But these other ones, if the number of beds, let's say that they wanted to do the area of interest, where they're looking, if they're looking in a specific neighborhood, you can put that in here and that'll add that information on here. So really the options to add these are endless to provide you with data. Now, the reason we don't require all of them is because probably just like most of you, you want to enter in as little information as possible on forms to just start the ball rolling on the contact to get the information. So it's where the follow-up would be if they didn't complete the information on how many beds they're looking for, or bathrooms, or square footage, or neighborhood. That's where you would follow up and just try to get as much information as you can from them to provide them with the list of homes that they're looking for. So on the forms, the submit button text, I'm sorry, drop-down form. The drop-down form is a set of drop-down options. So we're going to add this one. There's two options. You have one for buyers and you have one for sellers. Each of them comes pre-filled, but they'll be editable for you. You can make those changes. So we're going to add a drop-down for buyers on this. So this says the header of the form is going to say, I'm looking for a home in 30 to 60 days, 60 to 90 next year, and you'll hit save. And that'll put a drop down. I'll show you what that does on the system here. So you'll see you'll have a drop down here. I'm looking to buy a home in, and if you put on the drop down 30 to 60 days next year, 2 to 3 years, whatever you want to do there. Again, if I want to change that, let's say I want to make this one 90 to 120 days. Just come in here, type that in, hit save, and then you'll see that it'll refresh. Obviously, it will go 90 to 120 days. So you can put anything you want in here, any data that you're looking for with the drop down. So it's pretty cool, a little option to give you a customizable field where you can give people a little bit of different options for for specific questions that you may have. But that's pretty much it for the forms. It's really easy to navigate, to add things to the system. And again, if I want to come back to this form fields and I want to remove this information, area of interest, I don't want that on the home page, I'm going to delete it. and I want to delete the number of beds, delete it, and that's it. It looks good. And then I'll hit save. And then you'll see the drop down is going to be on there because that's a separate option. If you wanted to delete that, you would go to the drop down form and you would hit delete right down here. And that'll update that and that'll remove it. So now it's all back to normal. So again, just trying to cover, it's real easy to customize these from the text to the graphics, to the images, to the colors, to the buttons. All of that is really easy to modify. It can be done in a couple different clicks. The next section is the stats. Now, stats are the statistics for all. All right, gotta change that. Statistics are the page statistics for the information on this lead capture page. Page visits is how many paid people come to this page. The engagement is how many filled out the lead engagement, and the generated leads from the information that's validated to the into your CRM. So this is giving you basic information on the engagement, on the ads, on the lead capture page itself. Typically, when our team is running an ad or running engagements on it, we reset this so that we can track the information. However, we've got quite a few different emails and requests for this. If you're looking for more detailed statistics, we can incorporate Google Analytics into Client Creator. Now, with that being said, you would need to be familiar with Google Analytics. The training and the data and the information in that goes well beyond Client Creator can train you. But if you have used it before and you want to integrate it into your Client Creator system, we can absolutely do that. That'll provide you with more statistics, more data, more information with your lead capture pages and your Client Creator. So you'll be able to see who's clicking on your pages, the age demographic, all of that information. Might be more data than you absolutely need, but for those tech savvy or for people who are looking for that kind of information, it can absolutely be included in the system. You should have already received an email with the information for Google Analytics, and it also has a tutorial to show you how to do it. But if you have not, just send an email to our support team at support@clientcreator.com, and they will send you that information. Again, they will not be able to do any text advice or any information with that on the Google Analytics side. You have to contact them. But if it's basic questions, they'll be able to help you. Okay, and the last section on this is the preview. So I think we covered this before, but after we're done our edits and our changes, you want to preview the live site. This will take you to the live site for the lead capture page. So this will be what the client sees. It'll have all of your checkboxes for the Google CAPTCHA. It'll have the social media sites. It'll have all that information on here. So this is going to be what the client sees on your lead capture page. Again, just so you know that there is a difference. This is an on-page editor. This is not a live site. So entering information in here is not going to be testing it. If you're copying this link and sending it to a client to fill out for any reason or trying to use it, this is not what you want to use as your website address. Covered this in the previous one, but your website URL is under your options and your website URL listed here. That's the information that takes you to a live site.
So I have a question. This is Chris Lamel. I have a question for you. And I see that there's I'm not a robot. Does that challenge, like, say, find the bicycles, find the motorcycles, or is that just a checkbox?
That's going to be just a check mark. I mean, 9 times out of 10, unless you go through it, it's just going to allow you to check it, and it's going to validate that it's a good. You're good. I mean, they do have security precautions. I don't know. It might come up and say, find the bridge or find the mountain, but regarding that, that's more on Google's side than we have control of. So I think it all depends on the the security of where you are, your lead capture. I mean, you're accessing the page from.
I think everybody will agree that that's really, really annoying.
Absolutely agree with you. It is
Yeah.
annoying. It's so easy to get it wrong. I have to blow it up to like 150 or something to make sure there's not a piece of the stop sign or the bus in one of the pictures. So I make
Yeah.
sure I check them out. Yeah, I agree. It's so annoying.
It
So
is
this is
annoying, but
not,
for a lead capture page, you want to make sure you have it because you don't want spam bots going through your lead capture pages. One, utilizing your marketing budget if you have it posted on and marketing with Google AdWords and your marketing platforms across social media. Second, you only have get a whole bunch of false leads in your system. So you wouldn't even be able to get a lead into your system unless it was validated. So we want to make sure that the leads are valid and that they're actual humans that are processing these leads.
good question. Thank you. Okay, Brandon.
So yeah, that covered the lead capture pages. Again, I want to, I just want to work on this. I do want to, we did have a couple of questions last time regarding the Monday morning coffee. And I want to cover that real quick. If you have not or not sure if you've activated your Monday morning coffee, I did send out information on how to do this, but make sure you come down to here, select Monday morning coffee on your main menu. And if you see this sign up now, you need to activate it. So make sure that it's active on your system to ensure that you're on the Monday morning coffee subscription and that it's active on your system. So
And there is no cost for that. Just to
there's no
remind
cost.
you guys,
Correct.
when it says sign up now, you're not signing up to pay money.
Yep, correct.
Okay.
You're just activating it on your system. And the reason we put this as you have to activate it is we have certain market areas that are against the term Monday morning coffee for some reason. So we put it on there so that it has to be activated, and you can opt out. You don't have to have it active on your system if you don't want this newsletter going out. So yeah, once you activate it, it goes out to all of your clients that are on your system, and any new clients that go into your CRM are automatically enrolled in the Monday morning coffee. So you don't have to go in and make changes to everybody that comes in. As soon as a lead's added, by default, they are added into your Monday morning coffee.
Can you show us real quick how to edit that?
I don't have it active on this test system yet. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no
so
problem.
there won't be any newsletters on there, but I can cover it. I'll activate it for our next training, and
Yeah.
I will be able to activate show you how to edit it. So that's not a problem, and I'll add one.
Good.
Actually, there wouldn't be one in here yet for this week. Next week, I'm going to cover the email and text system. I'm going to go over all the campaigns, how to modify those. So that one's going to be, I'm going to try and get that all done in one sitting. It is pretty intensive as well, and I try not to give too much information, with, in the same Zoom, but we'll see how it goes. So it might be one training session. I might break it up into two.
Okay.
Brent, yep, that's all I had for the lead capture
Okay, we
pages.
told you this one was going to be a little shorter because it's part 2 of the websites. I hope you've learned a lot and you utilize what you've learned and keep using the system. It gets better and better and better and better over time. Same thing with generating leads. It gets better and better and better over time. Marketing is not an instant event. It's an ongoing process of telling people who you are, telling them what services you could provide to them that are self-servingly beneficial to them. And that's what marketing is all about. And then moving them to action to visit your lead capture website where you get their information, they get what they need and want, and you get what you need and want in order to follow up and follow through until they list, sell, buy, die, or tell you to stop. We'll see you next week at the same time. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Bye-bye.